Being pregnant is both exciting and overwhelming, and the importance of good nutrition for mothers-to-be can't be stressed enough. This lecture contains some essential information on how to eat right and stay fit during pregnancy. There are some recommended key components during pregnancy. Number 1, appropriate weight gain. Number 2, balanced diet. Number 3, regular exercise. And number 4, vitamins and minerals supplementation. Gaining the right amount of weight during pregnancy can help protect your health and the health of your baby. And in order for us to determine the appropriate weight gain, we need to compute first for the BMI or for the body mass index using the pre-pregnancy weight. If the computed BMI is less than 18.5, the suggested weight gain is 28 to 40 or in kilo it is 13 to 18. For computed BMI of 18.5 to 24.9, the suggested gain would be 25 to 35 pounds or 11 to 16 kilos. If the computed BMI is 25 to 29.9, the suggested gain is 15 to 25 pounds or 7 to 11 kilos. And lastly, for the computed BMI of more than 30, the suggested gain in pound would only 11 to 20 or 5 to 9 kilos. However, we need to keep in mind that the desirable weights fall within a range. And also, we need to understand that there are special circumstances where some women will need to gain more and some less. For instance, women carrying twins will need to gain about 35 to 45 pounds, and for women with triplets, they would need to gain in between 70, at least 50 to 70 pounds. In adjusting your eating plan if you're pregnant, it is true that pregnant women require more calories. And in fact, over the course of pregnancy, they need to consume an extra 70,000 calories, and this increase is spread out over 9 months, and it ends up approximately 150 extra calories per day during the first trimester and 300 extra calories per day during the second and third trimesters. Adjusting your eating plan, let's ensure that you're gaining weight with the proper food. Although individual requirements vary depending on calorie needs, the following chart gives some guidance in determining the basics of your diet. So we have different food groups here. We have bread, fruit, vegetables, milk, meat, and fluids. We also have daily servings or the recommended daily servings and the sample servings. So under the group of bread, the recommended daily servings is at least 6 or more, and per serving, the equivalent would be 2 slices of bread or 1 cup cereals or pasta or half cup of rice. For fruit, the recommended daily serving is at least minimum of 3, and per serving, it is equivalent to 1 medium fruit or 1 cup slice of fruit or half cup fruit juice. For vegetable, the daily serving is at least 3, and per serving, it is equivalent to 1 cup raw leafy vegetable or half cup of cooked raw vegetables. For milk, the daily serving would be 3 to 4, and per serving, it is equivalent to 1 cup of milk or 1 cup yogurt, or we can have 3/4 cup cottage cheese or 1.5 ounces of hard cheese. For meat, poultry, or fish, the recommended daily servings would be at least 2 to 3. And per serving, it is equivalent to 2 to 3 ounces of lean meat, 2/3 cup of tofu, or 2 to 3 ounces of fish or poultry. And for fluids, the daily recommended serving would be 8 and more. And per serving of it is equivalent to 8 ounces of water and other beverages. We go now to exercise during pregnancy. Regular exercise during pregnancy can improve your posture and decrease some common discomforts such as backaches and fatigue. There is evidence that physical activity may prevent gestational diabetes, relieve stress, and build more stamina needed for labor and delivery. So what are the benefits of exercise during delivery or during pregnancy, I mean? According to American College of Obstetricians and Gynecologists, regular exercise during pregnancy benefits you and your fetus in the following key ways. Number 1, it reduces back pain. Number 2, it eases constipation. Number 3, it may decrease the risk of gestational diabetes or the type of diabetes that occur during pregnancy. It also helps reduce the risk of preeclampsia and cesarean delivery. Number 4, it promotes healthy weight gain during pregnancy. Number 5, it promotes overall general fitness and strengthens your heart and blood vessels. And lastly, it helps you to lose the baby weights after your baby is born. Experts agree also that the safest exercises are the following. Number 1, walking. Number 2, swimming and water workouts. Number 3, stationary cycling. And lastly, modified yoga. If you are healthy and your pregnancy is normal, it is safe to continue or start regular physical activity. However, it is also important to discuss exercise with your obstetrician during your early prenatal visits. If your doctor gives you the okay to exercise, then you can discuss what activity you can do safely. So we go now to prenatal vitamins. Prenatal vitamins are supplements made for pregnant women to give their bodies the vitamins and minerals needed for a healthy pregnancy. Your doctor may suggest that you take them when you begin to plan for pregnancy as well as while you're pregnant. And prenatal vitamins help ensure that you get the nutrients you need for a healthy pregnancy. So let's discuss about folic acid. If getting pregnant is a possibility for you, you should take folic acid. It can prevent birth defects that affect the baby's brain and spinal cord. Neural tube defects develop early in pregnancy before many women know that they are pregnant. So this is why doctors recommend that any woman who could get pregnant should take at least 400 milligrams of folic acid daily. There are foods that have folic acid, which include green leafy vegetables, nuts, beans, citrus, fruits, and many other foods fortified with folic acid. Next is calcium. It is also important for a pregnant woman to consume calcium. It can help prevent you from losing your bone density as the baby uses calcium for its own bone growth. Besides building teeth and bones, calcium keeps your blood and muscles moving and keeps your nerves send messages from your brain to the rest of your body. Your body can't make calcium, so you need to get it from food or supplements. While you're pregnant, try to at least take 1,000 milligrams of calcium every day. The best sources of calcium is from dairy products such as milk, cheese, yogurt, cream soups, and puddings. And calcium is also found in foods including green vegetables like broccoli, spinach. It can also be found in seafoods, dried peas, and beans. Next, we have iodine. Iodine is critical for a woman's healthy thyroid function during pregnancy. And iron deficiency can cause the following. Number 1, miscarriage. Number 2 is stillbirth. Number 3, stunted physical growth. Number 4, severe mental disability. And number 5, deafness. So, an easiest way to make sure that you are getting iodine in your diet is to use iodized salt when cooking and to use it at a dinner table. However, there are some foods that are also rich in iodine, like seaweeds. We have the cod, dairy products, we have the shrimps, we have tuna, eggs, and prunes. We also have iron. Iron helps your body make more red blood cells, and these blood cells carry oxygen to the baby that needs to be developed. Why do pregnant women require more iron? Remember, as I've said a while ago, iron is found in your blood and is responsible for carrying and delivering oxygen to every cell in your body. So pregnant women have an expanded blood volume, so it makes sense that more blood requires more iron. Also, you have to supply oxygen to both your cells and the cells of your growing baby. The best sources of iron are animal foods such as liver, beef, pork, veal, chicken, turkey, and eggs. And for non-animal foods, we have dried fruits, we have seeds, nuts, broccoli, and spinach. Although it is agonizing and uncomfortable, there are some side effects or may say lousy side effects, including constipation, nausea, edema, heartburn, or water retention. However, these are merely normal pregnancy occurrence and most certainly worth the beautiful end product. So let's talk about constipation. Most women or pregnant women experience the constipation blues during their pregnancy. Unfortunately, there is at least six bunch of explanations to this. Number one, hormonal changes. Number two, increased pressure on your intestinal tract as your baby grows. Number three, all of the extra iron in your prenatal supplements. Number four, not enough fiber in your diet. Number five, not drinking enough fluids. And number six, plain old lack of exercise. It is true that the first three circumstances are completely uncontrollable, but let's focus on the last three, the fiber, fluid, and exercise, which are quite controllable and can dramatically decrease the constipation problem. First, you need to increase your dietary fiber by eating more fresh fruit, vegetables, and whole grain products. Next, you need to drink you need to drink lots of water or increase your fluid intake. And lastly, you need to be active or at least start to have regular and safe exercise. Next, we have nausea, or it is commonly known as morning sickness. Although nausea is sometimes horridly or sometimes it is called horridly unpleasant, it is still normal and thought to simply be a side effect from the hormonal changes that take place during pregnancy. And nausea and vomiting together with vomiting can occur at any time of the day, so don't be misled. We have some tips to help reduce at least the nausea. Number one, you can nibble on carbohydrate-rich foods throughout the day, because they are easy to digest and will provide your body with some energy. For example, eating pretzels, crackers, cereals, and rice cakes. And if you tend to be nauseated in the early morning, keep some of the preceding carbs by your bed. So pop something into your mouth before getting up, and this will start the digestive process and get rid of excess stomach acid. Another, you need to avoid any sharp cooking odors and try to open the windows for some fresh air. When you just can't take solid foods, at least you can consume or try to have ice pop or frozen fruit bars or sip a lemonade or fruit juice. Also, you need to avoid high-fat foods because they sit in your stomach longer and can exacerbate the nausea. And sometimes iron supplements can intensify nausea. So if you are taking iron pills, take them with a snack or 2 hours after a meal with some ginger ale. And do not take prenatal vitamins on an empty stomach. You need to take them with a meal or snack. You also need to contact your doctor immediately if you have persistent vomiting, if you are losing weight, or you are too nauseated to take in fluids. Next is edema. Edema is the uncomfortable swelling or retention of water that occurs primarily in your feet, ankles, and hands during pregnancy. As long as there is no increase in blood pressure or protein in the urine, edema is normal and unfortunately tends to get worse in the last trimester. However, there is no need to panic, and most of this bothersome fluid will be lost during and shortly after your baby's delivery. But there is some relief or there are some tips on how you can get relief from the side effects or from the effects of edema. You need to lie down with your feet elevated on a pillow. Remove all of your tight rings. You need to wear loose and comfortable shoes. Ease up on the salty stuff such as eating salty pretzels, condiments, and salty chips. And never, but never, never and but never restrict your fluid intake and always continue to drink plenty of fluids. Lastly, we have the heartburn. Heartburn is actually a burning sensation in your lower esophagus that is usually accompanied by a sour taste. Although this dreadful feeling can happen at any time during your pregnancy, it's most common toward the last few months when your baby is rapidly growing and exerting pressure on your stomach and uterus. What's more, during pregnancy, the valve between your stomach and esophagus can become relaxed, making it easy for the food to occasionally reverse directions. Some simple remedies to ease heartburn are the following. Number one, you need to relax and eat your food slowly. Number two, instead of eating a lot at one sitting, try to eat several smaller meals throughout the day, or what we always say, eat in a small frequent feeding. Number three, you need to limit fluids with meals, but instead increase fluids between meals. You can chew gums. Never lie flat after you have eaten. Avoid wearing tight clothing. You can also stand up and walk around. And lastly, do not take any antacids without your doctor's approval.